5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live to disc from the Pittsboro Roadhouse in Pittsboro, North Carolina, the Music Loft presents the Tokyo Rosenthal program.
When I'm older, maybe gray, maybe dead, will you tell them then? Will you speak about me? I'll be gone first. If I can't explain, can't explain the loss, will you speak about me then? I'd enjoy life. It's some good outdoor. Might have done better had I stayed around. But the pressure of one scoring 10, able to run in my side. Read my epitaph, or was it just some man? A man who had some faults. Will you speak about me then? Your life did some good, I'm told. Might have done better had I stayed around. But the pressure of one scoring 10, able to run in my side, in my mind. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave all kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave our kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. Read my epitaph, or was it just some man? A man who had some faults. Will you speak about me then? Man who had some faults. Will you speak about me then? I had a lot of faults. Will you speak about me then? Wow, you're a good crowd. Thank you. Thank you very much. And a cordial welcome to the Tokyo Rosenthal program. I'm your host, Tokyo Rosenthal, and coming to you tonight from the Pittsboro Roadhouse in Pittsboro, North Carolina. And let me tell you right up front that we've got a great, great outfit here tonight joining me. The String Beings are here. Yeah, and I think they brought their friends too. They deserve every bit of that. You remember them from season number one of our finest shows, and we're real happy to have them back here tonight. And they got some really good stuff in store for everybody. And let me see, I got a few housekeeping notes that the record label and the radio station has told me to tell you about. So let me start off by saying one more time, we did this last week on last week's show. We'll do it quicker tonight because it's kind of long, but we got 8 new affiliates for the Tokyo Rosenthal program all over the place. Well, yeah, thank you. And we'll welcome them one more time, WKXR, Asheboro, North Carolina, RSF1 in St. Florian, Austria, Little Raleigh Radio right here in Raleigh, North Carolina, CJXF in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, ISA Radio 93.9 in Isère, France, ECMA Radio also in Austria. We're really big in Austria, you know. So if you're in Vienna, just mention my name and you'll get well taken care of. Radio ARA in Luxembourg and Lahai Radio 100.3 in Finland. So if you're in Finland, dial to 100.3 and I'm sure the show will be there, you know. No doubt whatsoever. Also, my last gig of the year, this is our last show, by the way. This is Gio. This is Gio's job here. He's the archive man. What show number is this here? Show number 11, Gio just whispered into his microphone.
And I could whisper again.
Now he's on the house PA. Okay. Show number 11, season number 2. We have been renewed, for those of you wondering, and for season number 3, we start recording right here. Thank you. January 8th, we'll be back here, and Bill West will be our first guest of season number 3. We'll be putting out the complete guest list for next season shortly, because everybody's booked already, incredibly so. Very efficient operation we got going here. I'm sure, thanks to our producer, Gio DeSocio, he's in charge of all these things. Anyway, the last regular gig of the year, where I'll be playing with Jick Winslow, my touring partner, will be at 54 West in Graham on December 13th. So if you're within the sound of my voice, come on out there, and we'll have a good show for you, hopefully. I think that's everything that I'm supposed to do. Normally we mention our Facebook page, so I'll mention that. Keep coming on, joining our Facebook page. It continues to grow, and we're on Twitter and all these other cool things. So the holidays are coming up, so the show is actually being recorded before Thanksgiving, but won't be on the air till afterwards and almost Christmas time because there's a delay. Some of you overseas get it later on. So we're going to do a holiday song, and Jim Pritchard from the String Beings has been nice enough to come up here, and that's my favorite part about having them on the show. I get to use them for all these other backup things, and Jim's going to play some mandolin with me on this next tune. It's my one holiday song that I know, you know, and it's a sad one. It goes along with all my recession-themed songs that are on my records and everything. So, and it's from one of my favorite singer-songwriters, the great Merle Haggard. And one of the few songs I remember my dad and I fighting over the car radio all the time, and the only thing we agreed on was the country station. And I remember this song coming on one cold winter. If we make it through December, everything's gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest time of winter, and I shiver when I see the falling snow. If we make it through December, got plans to be in a warmer town come summertime. maybe even California. If we make it through December, we'll be fine. Got laid off down at the factory, and their timing's not the greatest in the world. Heaven knows that I've been working hard. Wanted Christmas to be right for Daddy's girl. I don't mean to hate December. It's meant to be a happy time of year. But my little girl don't understand why Daddy can't afford no Christmas here. If we make it through December, everything's gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest time of winter, and I shiver when I see the falling snow. If we make it through December, got plans to be in a warmer town come summertime. Maybe even California. If we make it through December, we'll be fine. Give it to me, Jim. If we make it through December, everything's gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest time of winter, and I shiver when I see the falling snow. If we make it through December, got plans to be in a warmer town come summertime. Maybe even California. If we make it through December, we'll be fine. Jim Pritchard over there. Thank you, Jim. Stick with us. The string beans are coming on. Welcome back to the Pittsboro Roadhouse in Pittsboro, North Carolina. This is the Tokyo Rosenthal program. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. And the last show of season number 2, and we managed to get through 2 seasons with the same sponsor. So we might be doing something right. So we want to tell you a little bit about our sponsor, the Music Loft of Carrboro, North Carolina. Got to tell you, this is the best music store in the Triangle area, bar none. Amazing collection of new, used, and vintage guitars, mandolins, banjos, keyboards, and drums. And a great selection of gear to keep your instruments running well. Need a lesson? Check in with them because the finest pickers around are teachers there. Finally, mention the Tokyo Rosenthal program and they'll give you a free gift. That's right, just walk in off the street. I can't tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be a kazoo or a used lawnmower or something, but they'll give you something when you walk in there. Once again, they're located at 116 West Main Street in Carrboro. Google the Music Loft Carrboro for more information. Those of you listening out of the area or out of the country, get in your car, take a plane, start a caravan, but get to the Music Loft. Also, if you've noticed online, or especially on YouTube, that there's videos of every one of our shows up there. And there's a good reason for that, because of our videographer, Jeff Phillips from In Focus Studios. Where in the script does it say Jeff gets thunderous applause? You know? But he deserves it. He really does. In Focus Studios, Jeff's company specializes in promotional videos for company websites, video depositions, college recruiting videos for high school athletes, and all sorts of other things that you might want videotaped. Go to www.infocusstudios.com or call Jeff. Now, this is an unlisted number. Don't give it out to anybody. 919-533-9650. That's 919-533-9650. Destroy it after you've memorized it. And tell him Tokyo sent you, and he'll take good care of you. In Focus Studios, they say, or ask, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, how much is a moving picture worth? www.infocusstudios.com. So, we had our first season, and about midway through that first season, and like any other new show, it was a little rough getting started, and things got really good midway through when we found these folks that are about to come on here now. They just changed everything, and that's when I knew that we were on our way to quote-unquote success, whatever that means, and they certainly helped us out. And want to welcome them back to the Tokyo Rosenthal program, the String Beings.
Okay.
Hey, thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody. We are the String Beings from Durham, North Carolina, and we are so happy to be here. We're just going to get it started. Mississippi rain coming down on me. 30 more miles, I'm back in Tennessee. I keep watching that clock, but the hands don't move. The road gets longer the closer I get to you. Windshield wipers slapping out the time. Radio on, trying to ease my mind. A lonesome song on the radio. The road gets longer the closer I get to you. This old pickup truck ain't fast enough. I've been gone too long. I got the pedal down to the floor, but it's my heart that's racing on. I ain't far from heaven. One thing that is true, the road gets longer the closer I get to you. This old pickup truck ain't fast enough. I'm running gone too long. I got the pedal down to the floor, but it's my heart that's racing on. I ain't far from heaven. One thing that is true, the road gets longer the closer I get to you.
Thank you, folks.
All right. How about that Jim Pritchard over there? Yee! Well, we are so glad to be back here again. I appreciate Tokyo, you letting us come up on this stage with you. And thanks so much for the Pittsboro Roadhouse and for the Music Loft for making this all happen. We're going to do, We're going to do, that was a cover song. And we're going to do the rest of these are going to be stuff that we wrote. This next one is called Everybody's Gonna Wander. This was written by Jim over there.
Yay. Yeah, this is a song here. A lot of the songs that we wrote actually after the Tokyo show we did earlier this season, we just sort of banged out a bunch of songs and the feeling sort of hit us. And this one here came to me sort of thinking about a guy that just likes to travel and just can't quite stay settled. So this is one called Everybody's Gonna Wonder. All right, you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Everybody's gonna wonder whatever became of me. I used to hang around them down at the old string bee. When I had a mind to wander, I know it's time to go. Just leave this town and wonder what's further down the road. That gal in Haywood County thought she had a hold on me. She tried to plow me under, and I never would be free. When it came a night when she slept tight, I packed my bags to leave. Just never did look back again, not even see her grieve. Dirty trails and dusty roads and diesel smoke for me. My roots are never planted, my heart won't let me be. Some say it's too far to Oklahoma, it's not far enough for me. Might go out to California, then back again you'll see. Child that's full of wonder, I can't settle down for long. I'm riding a base-bound freight train, trading whiskey for a song. Across the rivers and the farmlands, and across the open plains, just an old guitar and a bedroll, you won't even know my name. Everybody's gonna wonder whatever became of me. I used to hang around them down at the old Busy Bee. When I'm on my mind to wonder, I know it's time to go. Just leave this town and wonder what's further down the road. Dirty trails and dusty roads and diesel smoke for me. My roots are never planted, my heart won't let me be. Some say it's too far to Oklahoma, it's not far enough for me. Might go out to California, then back again you'll see. Thank you, folks.
The String Beans. Now, because of my own speech impediment, I think it's very important for me to point out to everybody listening at home, I'm not saying string beans. They're not something you eat. They're not freeze-dried, as I mentioned in previous shows. It's the String Beings, B-E-I-N-G-S. And we're very happy. You guys sounding spectacular here.
Thank you.
Glenn, do me a favor. For those out there, the few people left in the world who don't know who's in the String Beings, introduce the rest of the band, please.
I would be happy to. As y'all have already heard, the guy on the far right over there, he's been highlighted a lot this evening already. Mr. Jim Pritchard. By day, he's a telephone guy. By night, guitar and mandolin.
Thanks, everybody.
And right here next to me on this beautiful bass is a beautiful woman named Jan Pulley. And Jan is a great songwriter in her own right.
And, of course, our leader of the band here, old Glenn Stewart, Mr. String Being himself, you know. Great songwriter in his own right, you know, so we've got a few supervised from him tonight.
All right, so, you know, it seems like a million years since you were here, but it really wasn't that long ago, maybe like
No, it does seem like a while, but it may have been back in April. I can't.
No,
No?
it was July, actually.
No kidding.
It was July, and now for those of you listening in cyberspace, many centuries from now, this recording is being discovered. We're in 2014, and today is November 20th, correct?
November 20th. That's right. 5 days before my birthday.
All right.
Hey, one day before my birthday, I got you beat.
So I know that you guys have fit a lot of various and exciting things in between July and now. So one of the things we discussed last time you were here were plans for making an album. Actually, the debut album, you've been on other people's records, you've been on other bands, but the debut String Beans album, so I'm going to put you on the spot. How much has this progressed?
Well, I tell you what, we have, like Jim said earlier, we have been writing a lot, and we're surprising even ourselves. We've got some living room recordings, and we got some CDs that we printed out, and I guess they kind of look like bootleg CDs with the little Sharpie writing on them, the string beings. But that's where we are right now. We're kind of testing the waters.
They're personalized. That's right.
That's it.
It's all in the presentation. These are personalized CDs.
Personalized just for you.
So, and you have, of course, now you'll have 2 videos live in the Tokyo Rosenthal program. So
we may develop a DVD too.
Well, that might be a pay-per-view special. I see it as a pay-per-view special, delayed broadcast on HBO. And,
that sounds great.
You got to think big, Glenn.
So live on and live on, right?
I'm waiting for the outtakes. I like the outtakes.
The bonus tracks. Jan's into the bonus tracks. You know, that's after we all die. They find those things. You know, like the kids discover them and stuff like that. So, since we're obviously our flagship station, WCHL, goes to everybody locally, what do you got coming up between now and the end of the year where people can come out and see you play?
Well, we've been gigging it up pretty fast and furious, and we have we've had a lot of gigs recently, and so we kind of are performing so much that we're not doing the heavy lifting and getting the songs prepared. So we're going to take a little holiday break.
And for next year's schedule, they should go to where to find out where you.
We have websites. We have actually a couple of bands that we have websites for. One is stringbeingstrio.com. And another one is lesterfricks.com. And then we have a full schedule posted of our upcoming gigs.
How was Gio's sound at the funeral? Did he do a good job?
He is he's magnificent. He's
Harmonized.
absolutely magnificent.
I got excited
I could hear
just
angels.
being able to do the sound.
See, Gio's
He's
got
he's
you notice Gio, that's one of the new changes in the show since you were here last. Gio's got a microphone now.
Yeah,
You
this
never
voice
know-
comes from
you
nowhere.
never know when he's going to start talking. He just comes in at any given time.
I got the sound.
Man, he's in charge.
He's the man with the power.
And even when he, produces and edits the show after the fact, he adds things. You got to listen.
Oh,
you never know what he's going to say.
Jokes,
in there,
all kinds of jokes.
He could boo if I'm playing something wrong or something.
We like to stay on Gio's good side because he has his finger over the mute button.
Exactly.
So,
He's the man.
I've
He's
got
the
the
man.
mute.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go sell a few things, and we'll come back. You play a few more songs for us?
Love to.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
String
Thank
Beans,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back here on the Tokyo Rosenthal program. We want to mention, of course, we're coming from the Pittsburgh Roadhouse, and the Pittsburgh Roadhouse is having a dinner show here. It's called A Christmas Carol. You all know the Christmas Carol. You remember Scrooge, right? Okay. That's, I don't know who I don't know. I'm going to get in trouble if I say who the Scrooge is around here. So, A Christmas Carol, the dinner show is going to be here at the Pittsburgh Roadhouse December 15th, 16th, 22nd, 23rd. Shows start at 7 p.m. Call 919-542-2432 to book tickets. If you're listening to this show in Austria, call your operator and they'll help you get connected here, because I'm sure you want to fly in for that show. Also, New Year's Eve. This is the place to be, the Pittsburgh Roadhouse, apparently. The North Carolina Revelers will be here on New Year's Eve from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. I'm going to read what it says here. Heavy hors d'oeuvres. What, as opposed to light hors d'oeuvres? Nora, you wrote this copy. What heavy hors d'oeuvres? I don't know what that means. What it means? A lot of hors d'oeuvres. A lot of hors d'oeuvres. Heavy hors d'oeuvres. Champagne toast. Is that like you toast the champagne, or it's toast coming out of the toaster? Or you're not sure, really, are you? You've never. Okay. Anyway, it says champagne toast, and it says RSVP early because there's limited spots. Again, 919-542-2432 if you want to get that. Early bird. That means if you order now before December 1st, it's $70. Is that per couple or per person? Person. That's $70 a person. $75 if you wait afterwards, and it's one enchanted evening. That's is that the description or the title of the event? And Nora's like never going to talk to me again. This is all I go. Why did I hand them this piece for this copy? No, this is going to be a great show because the North Carolina Revelers are this incredible big band that performs here quite often. And if you haven't seen them, come on out. It's a great place to go for New Year's Eve. I think I'm actually considering going to be here too. So I'll say hello to you and have some champagne toast together and some heavy hors d'oeuvres together as well.
Make you
So.
heavy.
I can see that the string beings are getting antsy here. They're about ready to walk off the stage, and I don't call them back on. So welcome back again, the string beings.
Thank you, Tokyo. Thank you very much. All right, this next song is a nice, slow cowboy song. I don't know, y'all in the radio world can't see this nice poster here. There's a poster on the stage of Tokyo riding a horse with his guitar on his back in the sunset. So I stared and stared and stared at that thing, and I started thinking, cowboy song, cowboy song. And so this is what I came up with. Spend my days and nights on the range, in the hot, burning sun and the rain. I work hard all day to make an honest wage. So please just leave this cowboy alone. I don't need anybody like you. I got this old brown guitar and it'll do. And when the night gets too long, I'll sing a lonesome song. Just an old ornery cowboy alone. Miles and miles supposed to ride, but I got my old trusted hound by my side. And when we ride to the end, we'll turn and ride back again. Just a dog and his cowboy alone. I can't let four walls fence me in. I need the hot, burning sun on my skin. And if there's one thing I know, it's when to saddle up and go. Such is the life of a cowboy alone. Such is the life of a cowboy alone.
to Glenn Stewart.
Thanks, everybody. This next one is from Jim. Jim, tell us a little bit about this one. Where'd this one come from?
This is actually a song that I wrote here at the Pittsburgh Roadhouse. We enjoy coming to Tokyo's show, not only when we're performing, but we've been here many other times seeing other guests that he's had here. And we were here one time watching a guest called Doug Guild. And as he was playing a song, there were some terms he said, something about ocean and waves. And it just struck my fancy there. I thought, that's sort of how songwriting begins. Is you just get a notion in the head, and I just couldn't. I got my little smartphone out and started, writing it down, some ideas that were popping in my head faster than I could write them. And what ended up coming out of it is a song called Ocean Waves, and it's supposed to be the essence of one who wants to get away from life for a few minutes and just go out on a sailing ship and just enjoy. So, having never had a sailing ship, I'm going to rely on this song to do it for me.
You could hear his voice getting a little rough. He's taking a sip of water there. Want to have a nice, clear singing voice, right?
So, Ocean Waves, here we go. Spend a night on the ocean. The wind sometimes comes and goes, but it can't erase my memories or the things that please me most. I can't think about the feelings. I can't believe the things I've seen. It's not as good as what you hope for, or how it seemed in the dream. Ocean waves pitch and roll me, moonlight sends my thoughts astray. Pull my sails in for the evening, by morning I'll be resting in the bay. Ocean waves. Is it something I should look for? Is it something I should know? The call is to the ocean, the destination is unknown. I had some things to work out, I needed time to clear my head. It's not about where I'm heading, it's more like I'm being led. Ocean waves pitch and roll me, moonlight sends my thoughts astray. Pull my sails in for the evening, by morning I'll be resting in the bay. Ocean waves. Ocean waves. Ocean waves pitch and roll me, moonlight sends my thoughts astray. Pull my sails in for the evening, by morning I'll be resting in the bay. Ocean waves. Ocean waves. Thank you, folks.
Wasn't that pretty? All right, we're going to do another one here. This one I wrote. It's a little faster. We started with a couple of fast ones, then a couple slow ones, and now a fast one again. But we won't go too fast. It always seems that no matter how slow you start it, when you get up here, it's always too fast. So I don't know how that works. But this is called Carolina Sky. It's about a guy who leaves town. He leaves North Carolina, but he wants to come back. All he can think of is coming home.
1, 2, 3.
kiss the girl goodbye. I was seeking fame and fortune far and wide. But the only thing I'm learning on my quest for glory's charm is the grass is always greener under a Carolina sky. Well, I roll out of bed, don't know where I've been, and I put these boots on the road again, and the comfort zone is fading far behind. Then those Blue Ridge memories start to flow, and they take me home no matter where I go. The grass is always greener under a Carolina sky. You know, night on night away from home, not a dogwood is in sight, not a mountain stream as far as I can see. And it'll be an unfamiliar place again where I lay my head tonight, in a crowded room, one lonely heart in a Carolina dream. Well, I roll out of bed, don't know where I've been, and I put these boots on the road again, and my comfort zone is fading far behind. Then those Blue Ridge memories start to flow, and they take me home no matter where I go. The grass is always greener under a Carolina sky. On this never-ending road I'm on, the nights are all so long, and they keep on hoping every night that I'll play their favorite song. But when the traveling finally takes me home, I know that I'll be fine, 'cause the grass is always greener under a Carolina sky. Come on now. Road again, and the comfort zone is fading far behind. Then those Blue Ridge memories start to flow, and they take me home no matter where I go. The grass is always greener under a Carolina sky. You know the grass is always greener under a Carolina sky.
All
right, thank you.
Well, all right. Hey guys, that was fantastic. Now, you remember from last show, you know what we do. It's tradition here, and
You want to do one together?
we got to do one together. You know,
I was hoping you'd say that.
tradition means that, and so we'll come back. We'll tell them there's a little bit of a thread that goes along, a theme with this next duet that we're going to do, but we're going to let them sit there for a little while and try to figure out what it is that we're going to do, and then maybe we'll figure out what it is what we're going to do, and maybe rehearse it again for 2 seconds. But anyway, we'll go sell a few things again and come back and do our debt. String beans.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. And back here on the Tokyo Rosenthal program, one last duet for season number 2. But before we get to that duet, I want to let you know that all guests on the Tokyo Rosenthal program receive a gift certificate to the Music Loft in Carborough. That's worth the trip here alone, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
They have to say yes. Can't say enough good things about the folks there who make you feel at home the second you walk in the door, no matter how young or old. Whether you're an expert or a beginner, high budget or starter budget, this is the store for you. And again, visit the store and mention the Tokyo Rosenthal program and get a free gift. And also the String Beings will come over to your house and play a personal concert for you anytime you want. 116 West Main Street, the Music Loft of Carborough, North Carolina. So everybody in America and the world over who listened to the last time you were on the show knows what Glenn's favorite album is, or it is top 5.
It's in the top 5.
Top
yeah.
5. Okay. Okay, and that is.
That is Deja Vu by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
All right, so we're obviously we're strained to come up with duet material, or we like that album so much that we keep coming up with songs from there. Last time we did 4 and 20.
4 and 20. Yep.
Yeah, and I love that. And tonight we're going to do that was a Stephen Stills composition. This is a Graham Nash composition. Graham doesn't write a lot of the stuff, but for them, but the more memorable tunes, you know, Our House and Cathedral, and of course this one that we're going to do right now called Teach Your Children, and In the Neighborhood of D, correct?
All right. Yeah, gotcha.
And us off. Yes, sir. Here we go.
You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dream, the one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and you know they love you.
Oh, tender you can know the feelings that your elders knew by, and so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die, and teach your parents well, the children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and you know they love you. Your parents well, the children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, know they love you. Thank you, folks.
Thanks so much for coming out. Good night, everybody.